is a good actor. Ajit is a good actor. You people are giving just like that judgments. Of course, they have their pains. Each one of them have their pains. Every individual student here has your own problems, has your own impact, has your own under situations. And when I stand here, I should not come with a judgment. Okay, இந்த குழந்தைங்களா இவங்க பதில் சொல்ல மாட்டாங்க, இவங்க கிட்ட கேள்வி கேட்டு பிரயோஜனம் இல்லை, நம்ம பாட்டுக்கு பேசிட்டு போலாம். Such judgments should not be done. When you think of anything, see, probably here to be more precise, if you enter a theater, before entering a theater, you will get the review of things. You in the படத்துல இதோட படத்துல இந்த ரிவ்யூன்னு சொல்றோம் இல்லையா, I will say a review according to my mindset. And you should not predetermine that as a review and stop watching the movie. That becomes a judgment. When I say something and you people follow it, or when I say something, or probably if I'm saying a lie, and if you start following it, what will happen? இன்னைக்கு கண்டிப்பா மழை வரும் நான் சொல்றேன். நீங்க எல்லாம் கொடையெல்லாம் பிடிச்சி ரெடியா இருக்கீங்க, மழையே வரல, என்ன பண்ணுவீங்க? சாயந்தரம் அந்த அம்மாவுக்கு வேலை இல்லை, சும்மா வந்து சொல்லிட்டு போயிடுச்சு மழை வரும்னு நம்ம எல்லாம் கொடையை பிடிச்சி நின்றுட்டு இருக்கோம். Won't you people scold? Because you have made arrangements. You have bought the umbrella, you have it in hand. When there is a judgment given by a third party, and if it is not followed, if it doesn't happen, you start cursing the other person. So that judgment should not happen in your life. யாரோ யாரை பத்தியோ பேசுறத don't hear. You perceive things, you have your sense organs, understand what is happening, look at situations, analyze things, and then come to conclusions. Next one is the courtesy. Common courtesy of wishing a teacher. Common courtesy of saying a thank you and a sorry. When I hit something, or when I turn another side, when I'm stamping someone, the next moment what will come in my mouth? Sorry. When someone is taking my mobile, or when I have my pen with the hand and if it is just dropped, someone is taking and giving, vangi pomma, you'll say thank you. That's a basic courtesy. When you are entering a hall, when you are entering a room of another person, you will knock it and you will ask excuse, right? Unless the other person is asking you to come inside, you will not come. Those are basic things. Those are basic courtesy which you can inculcate as individuals. And next is perseverance. Sir, ஒரு ஸ்டோரி சொன்னார் இல்லையா, ஒரு 9 first attemptல there were 9 placements and 4 of them had arrear, but the company intended to take those people. The reason is they can complete the degree. Perseverance is something. See, I want to get first rank, and my first rank is getting first rank for an individual is all the 6 subjects you have to clear with first mark. So you will be the class topper or first rank holder. Pro collegeல நம்ம ranking system வைக்கிறது இல்ல, வைக்கிறீங்களா? first rank holderலாம் சொல்றாங்களா? class topperனு சொல்லுவோம். 10 சப்ஜெக்ட், ஒரு 5 சப்ஜெக்ட் ஒரு எக்ஸாம் எழுதுறீங்கன்னா ஒருத்தர் ஒரு சப்ஜெக்ட்ல ஃபர்ஸ்ட் மார்க் வாங்குவாங்க, 3 சப்ஜெக்ட்ல ஒரே ஒருத்தர் ஃபர்ஸ்ட் மார்க் வாங்குவாங்க. பட் அந்த ஃபர்ஸ்ட் ரேங்க் டோட்டலை வச்சு ஃபர்ஸ்ட் ரேங்க் யாரு, செகண்ட் ரேங்க் யாருங்கிறதெல்லாம் ஸ்கூல்ல ப்ரோக்ரஸ் ரிப்போர்ட் கொடுக்குற மாதிரி உங்களுக்கு ரிப்போர்ட் கொடுக்குறாங்களா? So my point is perseverance. I'm sorry, I'm just deviating. Perseverance is something, if you want to achieve something, my perseverance now is there is no fan, there is no mic, but still my 1 hour of time, they have invited me to speak for 1 hour, I'm doing it. I'm trying to put the pitch of my voice, and I just want to deliver it promptly that you people get something, get some skill out of my thing. So to achieve something, to complete 1 hour of time, I have to speak for an hour. If I want to speak for an hour, I need to prepare for 2 hours. Or maybe at my age, I have to prepare for 2 hours. At your age, you will have to prepare for 6 or 7 hours. For taking a seminar of 20 minutes, how long you people will be preparing? ஒரு seminar 20 minutes class எடுக்கணும்னா எத்தனை நேரம் prepare பண்ணுவீங்க? 10 minutes prepare பண்ணி பேசிடுவீங்களா? Okay, I think we'll have to, ma'am, paathukonga and the payan, he is ready to take seminar. And okay, see, perseverance is something to achieve a common goal. School I mean சின்ன வயசுல சொல்லிருப்பாங்க சைக்கிள் ஓட்ட கத்துக்கணும்னா 4 தடவை கீழே விழுகணும். You will have to struggle, you will have to achieve something, you will have to try and try more. And you cannot focus or change your focus from that goal. That's more important. Okay, என்னால முடியல மேம், என்னால கத்த முடியல. I can happily leave the hall saying that current இல்ல, நான் வேணா இன்னொரு நாள் வந்து பேசுறேன். Possibility is there. Possibility is there, but still we are not doing it. That is the life skill which I have got, and that is the life skill your friend has got. So if you don't want to listen to me, and if you don't mind, if you are able to sit and speak like that, if you are able to say that, ma'am, please stop it, that again is my life skill. You will have the intention to speak. ஏன்னா உங்களுக்கு இதை விட முக்கியமான வேலை ஏதாவது இருக்குமா இருக்கும், அதனால தான் அவனால் இங்கே உட்காந்து கவனிக்க முடியலங்கிறாரு. ஸோ அப்போ அவங்களுக்கு அந்த the courage which an individual has, courage which an individual can step out and speak to the other person, that again is something a life skill. And you know why I showed those personalities? They all had courage to prove themselves. They all had the personality traits to prove themselves that they are unique. Though Hitler was on a different way, he was able to control the people. He was not sitting behind and talking over the crowd. So coming out itself, coming out saying something against. And of course integrity is something which is holding value or giving respect. I've been talking about giving respect to the elders, and talking about achieving something, thinking positive. And if that positiveness is not there, you are going to lose. You will be stepping down among your friends. End of 20 years or 30 years, when all your friends are successors, and you will be looking at them. There is a possibility that all these things happen for an individual. And the more important, that's what the next point which I was about to tell is that முதல்ல ஒருத்தர் பேச சொல்லிட்டார், confidence. The more confidence you gain, when you have stuff, when you are with integrity, when you are positive in your approach, you will have confidence. You will have confidence in facing the society right in front of others, not in the crowd, not among the crowd. You will have to have a team spirit. You will have to shine in a crowd, provided all those things are possible only when you stand ahead of the crowd. Not sitting in the crowd, you can prove. That's confidence. Of course, I need not explain confidence in a different way. And the way you work, the way you speak, the way you utter things gains confidence among the people. And I think with this, I think I'll just stop. And the last very important point is, when we talk about integrity, when we talk about honesty, when we talk about when we talk about integrity and the other things, the most important thing is honesty. When we are positive, my first point is positive, focusing on your true values, core values. When an individual is able to focus on core values, and if he has ethics, ultimately honesty would be there. A positive approach will only lead you to honest lifeline. So your things around the globe would be, or whatever is around the globe, you will be able to get it in hand if you are honest in your approach. And if you are able to honestly say something in a confident way, you are going to achieve. And to sum up, I think Sedurajan sir rightly told, things usually, skills are usually clubbed into three major categories. First, thank God. The first is thinking skills, where your mind is going to act, how you are going to analyze things. He told the one point as problem solving techniques, or a person now who is able to, I think either ma'am or sir was just telling about problem solving. Think thinking skills, it is a critical thinking, creative thinking, problem solving and decision making. Critical thinking. So critical thinking, creative thinking. There is difference between critical thinking, creative thinking. So creative thinking is something where it adds flavor to the existing thinking. Adding flavor to the existing thoughts. I told you personality development and life skill is all about the thought-provoking mechanism of an individual. It is the thoughts an individual is going to reap. It is the emotional exuberance which an individual has. And which an individual has, it is all based on your thought process. And if your thought process is good, if your thought process is honest, if you are able to think in a positive way, if you are confident enough to speak out what you think. See, when you get confidence, when you are speaking something sensible, when you are truthful, when you are lawful, you will gain confidence. And that will end up, when you add flavors to it, சொல்றோம் இல்லையா, மானை தேனை பொன்மானை எல்லாம் போட்டுட்டு அதை அழகுபடுத்துறோம் இல்லையா, அதுதான் creative thinking. You think in a beautiful way. You think in a better way. Not that everyone thinks in a common way. And there are the issues which has to be critically thought, critically analyzed. A cross-sectional analysis is required on certain problems. And every problem or every decision which an individual is supposed to take, I think if it is not able to work, also no problem. So the next is personal skills. I as an individual, I as a person. இத்தனை நேரம் phone mic இல்லாம தான் பேசுறேன். I think it would be better if I don't use it. You want me to use the mic? Not required. Okay. So personal skills, as ma'am told, self-awareness and self-management. Self-awareness. Where am I sitting? I am sitting and talking in front of a person who has come from outside. That if you are aware, you will not make nonsense in the arena. You will not speak nonsense in the arena. And if you are able to manage yourself, I know many of you are feeling sleepy because the climate is moody. In spite of that, there are people who are hiding their mouth and yawning. That's self-management. You are not able, you are trying, you are aware of the situation. You are aware that the person in front is noticing you. So you try to hide. That is a personal skill. See, I told you one example. The fan is about to fall. And when I get to know that the fan is about to fall, I will just move. I am standing in front of 100 students. So how should I stand? How should I talk? How should my gestures be? How should my eye contact? All those things are personal skills. என் முன்னாடி யார் நிற்கிறா, யார்கிட்ட நான் பேசணும், உங்ககிட்ட பேசுகிறப்ப வேறு மாதிரி பேசுவேன், சேதுராஜன் சார் கிட்ட பேசும்போது வேறு மாதிரி பேசுவேன், அப்புறம் மேம் கிட்ட, சுகந்தா மேம் கிட்ட பேசும்போது வேறு மாதிரி பேசுவேன், மிஸ் உமா கிட்ட பேசும்போது I'll be different. So when I will be aware, I am supposed to be aware of talking to each individual. And in family I'll be different. With my friends I'll be different. So every individual knows basic things. Okay, நான் உமா மேம் கிட்ட பேசுற மாதிரி HOD கிட்ட பேச முடியாது, HOD கிட்ட பேசுற மாதிரியே டி மேம் கிட்ட பேசலாம், டீன் சார் கிட்ட பேச முடியாது. You know, you are aware of things, but how you polish it, how you add value, add flavors in your expression, that is personal skills which every individual has to develop. Okay, I am speaking to another person. It should not harm the other person. It should not affect the other person. Or when I am speaking to a crowd, I have to create an impact over the crowd. I need to impress the crowd. All these are how you frame yourself. You talk in front of a mirror. நான் பேசும்போது அழகா இருக்கேனா, நான் பேசும்போது நல்லா இருக்கேனா, நான் இப்படி பேசினா நல்லா இருக்குமா, நான் இப்படி கை ஆட்டிட்டு பேசினா எப்படி நினச்சிக்குவாங்க, இதெல்லாம் தான் செல்ஃப் அவேர்னஸ் அண்ட் செல்ஃப் மேனேஜ்மெண்ட். And it is not only about when you communicate. Each day you walk, go out of the campus, you are inside the campus, you are around your family, you are around your relatives, among your friends, wherever you are supposed to manage yourself. You need to be aware of yourself, who you are. Okay, this is my limit. I should not cross this limit. I have to achieve this goal. How am I going to achieve this goal? Amidst all these inconveniences, how am I going to achieve my degree? How am I going to get a company, a placement in MNC company? That should be your focus. And if your life skills, if you are able to prune all your life skills, you will be able to achieve something in life. And that something which you are going to achieve is to the society. Give something to the society, because the society is giving you water. The environment is giving you water, the environment is giving you air. Without air in this space, in this place, will you be able to lead your life? No. So when the society gives you so much of things, there is an institution which is arranged for a program. Give the best to the institution. Get something in your ability to think. See, when I talk about creative thinking, or when I talk about creative critical thinking, there are so many things as an individual you will be able to. You come to college by 9:30, you leave the college by 3:30. So after that, the remaining 6 or 7 hours till you sleep, what are you doing? You will have time. Every individual. My first comment was like a student of BITS Pilani, a student of IIM or IISc, Indian Institute of Science or Indian Institute of Management, or any institution for that matter, have the same amount of brain, have the same amount of time, the same amount of, maybe their financial structure is different, their financial freedom is different and all those things. But the usage of brain, that is something which you can manage yourself. My 24 hours of time, how am I going to manage it? And how productive it is going to be, such that me as an individual, my family as a team, my society at large, the India as a whole, and the global scenario, how we are going to achieve. That of an individual, if every individual will start thinking of self-management, and if everyone is aware of themselves, ultimately the country is going to enjoy. And personal skills are the one. First skill is thinking skills, next is personal skill, and the third is interpersonal skills. When I speak to other person, when I speak to another person, when I deal with another person, how am I communicating? How am I speaking? How am I giving a handshake? Or how am I greeting the other person? I told you one thing, speaking and talking. Talking is different, speaking is different. In general, when you utter a word, it is talking. And when things make sensible, when the other person is able to listen, when the other person is happy with your approach. So interpersonal skills are communication skills, which includes empathy and cooperation. So when the other person is in line with you, when the other person is in line with you, you will achieve. Together, she started some quote which with together we stand and all those things. So an individual to be on the right path, to prove him or her, how am I communicating to the other person, how the other person is getting the knowledge, how the other person is able to understand what you are speaking. If I wave my hand, someone is not returning. See, there is one person going beyond the window, and from here I understand, I just call and I just wave. That is communication. And if I am calling like this, he or she is supposed to come. If I say bye, they are leaving. This, if the other person is not understanding, நான் பேசும்போது அவங்களுக்கு புரியும், இங்க வாங்கன்னு சொல்லும்போது அவங்களுக்கு புரியும், சொல்லாம இப்படி இப்படி சொன்னாங்க, that is also communication. The other person is able to understand, that is the way I communicate, the way I put across things. And if the other person is not able to achieve it, the entire process becomes what? What will happen to the entire process? It becomes a failure. So interpersonal skills are something which you are able to exhibit to the other person around. And if an individual is not able to enhance his interpersonal skill, he would be, I should not say this, but he would be a failure. Because you may be having good ideas. Even if Ratan Tata has so much of ideas. See, imagine I am a managing director of a company. I have so much of money, I have so much of time, I have so much of ideas. And technically very sound. But if I am not able to express it in a crowd, if I am able to, my technology is manufacturing something, and if I am not able to explain it to the crowd, what will happen? If my employees will not understand anything, if my employees are not understanding what I am trying to speak, the entire process becomes a waste. So interpersonal skills are very much important. So as an individual, thinking skills, the ability to think, then personal skills, you as an individual managing yourself, you need to be aware of where you are and how you are. And the last one is when in a crowd or when in a team or in a group or in front of another person, how am I going to be? So these are skills which every individual has to achieve. And there is one, I think I'll just share this presentation. So the purpose of life skill, basic objective of life skill for an individual is develop positive social skills and etiquettes, basic etiquettes, how you behave in a crowd, how you behave in a class, how you behave in front of another person, how you behave. My example is like when someone is yarning, when you feel sleepy, obviously you will yarn. If you have a control of yourself, you will, that's a basic etiquette of closing your, normally when you cough or when you sneeze, you will go close your mouth. You will not just open and do it. Those are basic etiquettes and basic skills which has to be positive. Next is develop work ethics. நான் வேலை பண்ற கம்பெனி வேலை பண்ற இடத்துல எப்படி நான் நடந்துக்கணும், அந்த கம்பெனியோட ரூல்ஸ் ரெகுலேஷன்ஸ் ரைட்ஸ் ஆப்ளிகேஷன்ஸை நான் கண்டிப்பா கட்டாயமா ஃபாலோ பண்ணணும். நெக்ஸ்ட் இஸ் லேர்ன் ஜாப் இன்டர்வியூ ஸ்கில்ஸ். When you enter, when the next moment, maybe after this semester, you will have placement companies coming in and picking you people. When they ask questions and when someone like this is answering, will the company be interested in recruiting you people? No. So you need to develop certain skills such that you are attracting the other person. You are able to sell yourself. You are able to market yourself. So that is job interview skills. And more important thing is listen, speak and understand English language. We are fortunately or unfortunately, or we can say it as unfortunately or whatever it is. We live in a society, I told you people that already we are interdependent on each other. Every brand which you are using from dawn to dusk, காலையிலிருந்து நைட் வரைக்கும் நீங்க யூஸ் பண்ற எல்லா பொருளும் இந்தியால கோயம்புத்தூர்ல பக்கத்திலேயே பேரூர்லயே கிடைக்காது. You will have to buy things from across the globe. So when you want to communicate with people across the globe, language shouldn't be a barrier. So only Tamil, it's in Tamil Nadu, people speak Tamil. And when you cross the borders of Tamil Nadu, the other common languages you need to understand. Tamil la kekatuma class edutuma, English la edutuma ketone, most of you wanted me to speak in Tamil. Because we are in a society, of course I love Tamil and I adore Tamil. I always think that Tamil eduthukkalame, Tamil eduthu padichirukkalame appdi. But most important significant is when you cross the borders. Now the world is not shrink. The world is expanded. World is like if you take if you want to buy a product from America, within switch of your button you are able to get a product. Because world is moving towards a globalized economy. You want a product from you can travel to any part of the world and people from any part of the world are entering into India. And when those people are coming or when you want to move out of the Tamil Nadu, you need to know a common language. And English, of course, English is not the highest speaking language. Mandarin is the important language that is around the world. Mandarin is the Chinese language. But of course, we need to understand the basic language. You will be able to communicate outside Tamil Nadu only if you know English. So try to acquire that skills. Unless otherwise you are able to gain those basic skills, you will not shine out of the country, out of the state, and become self-confident. And the last one is remove stage fear. Anyone can speak from there. Coming here and speaking is what is required in this era. In this year or the forthcoming years, you see, when you go out of this campus, there are n number of campuses here in India. I mean, in Coimbatore. எனக்கு தெரிஞ்சு ஒரு 40-50 காலேஜ் இருக்குமா கோயம்புத்தூருக்குள்ளார மட்டுமே. நீங்கள் பிகாம் முடிச்சுட்டு வெளியே போகும்போது இங்கே to be more precise, Krishna has 11 commerce groups, 11 subgroups, commerce, CA, PA and all those things. So each has 2 sections. When you go out with your degree, they are also coming out of the campus with the same degree from the Bharati University. But if you are not able to sell yourself, if you are not able to stand ahead in the crowd, sitting in the crowd is easy, standing ahead in the crowd is, of course, when I started my presentation with Hitler was popular because he was ahead of a group. So if you are not ahead of a group with confidence, or if you are not able to move forward, then the entire purpose of your education is waste. Okay, so with this I think I'll stop the presentation. If you have any doubts, you can, there's still more slides, but I think I'm going out of time, beyond time. And to sum up, there are key important points. Keep your morale high, your standards always high. Your morale high in spite of all setbacks. Let no one demoralize you. Convert your difficulties into opportunities. Do not allow anyone to deter you. There is no one in this world who can say that you are bad. So don't allow any person to think that you are bad. Don't allow them to speak also. And pursue your goal even in the face of difficulties. And at the end, you are bound to your success. So your success lays in your hand. Not that anyone can curtail your process. No, not that anyone can curtail your success. So with this, thank you for patient listening. And if you have any doubts, you can clarify. Take with me. Any doubts? Illa ma'am, neenga dayaseji seekara kalambringa fine. I have to go attend the class. My students would be waiting. 1:45 is my other class. So any doubts? Thank you for patient listening, and thank you Ms. Uma and Visalakshi for this opportunity. I thank Dr. Radhika Swami and Professor. Sorry, I forgot your name. Thank you all.
Thank you, ma'am, for your knowledgeable words. Out of thanks. Cultivate the habit of being grateful for every good thing that comes to you, and to give thanks continuously. And because all things have contributed to your advancement, you should include all things in your gratitude. Let me invite Mrs. Uma Maheshwari to deliver out of thanks.
Good afternoon to all. As all the good things come to end in the life, so it is the grateful program. On behalf of the TS institution, I take this chance to propose vote of thanks those who have directly and indirectly contributed to this program on personality development program organized by our institution. I like to thank our President Swamiji. I like to express our deep gratitude to the Principal Mr. Dr. S. Sevajan sir for this absence in this program. I like to thank our chief guest Veena ma'am for making an excellent presentation and making this program is very wonderful, interesting ma'am. I would to like thank to our academic administrator Dr. V. Sumudha ma'am. I like to thank our dean sir Dr. Sindil Vadivel sir. I like to thank our beloved HOD Dr. C. Sedaran sir, Chief Alagasamy sir for this guidance and moral support. I am happy to expose vote of thanks of faculty that has made this program. Grand success thought is motivated and dedication. Also, I would to like extend special thanks to our students. Once I thank for all.
I request you to stand for Walpurgi song.
பட்டீஸ்வரன் முதலோர் வாலி உன்னை அன்பர் புலவர்கள் வானுலகும் உயிர்வாலி குரு பேரானந்தரம் சாந்தலிங்கே சென்றால் கும்பிடும் மெய்கொண்ட நலன் கொண்டு மிகவாலி மறுபேராமரை முதல் நூல் வாலி அவை உரை செய் மகிமை நிறை நலன்கள் முற்றும் வாலிய வாலிய